So one of the coolest cars I think at this event is this 82 FOXBODY right behind me. This is owned by Mike. And this thing's absolutely insane. Like the closer you look, like the more detail you notice, and like this is definitely the least stock FOXBODY I've ever seen. But I'm gonna let him talk about it real quick and tell you guys everything that's done to it.
Mike Trinkle, 82 FOXBODY Mustang. Built the car primarily for autocross, a little bit of road racing work. What's there to say? I've done everything you can do to it, I think.
Yeah.
We're 363 powered, small block, running about 650 crank horsepower, 575 to the wheel. Custom built SLA, custom IRS in the back. 18 by 12 tires and wheels all the way around it.
Are you still running like a Ford small block, or what do you got?
It's the Boss block.
Okay. So it's still based on the 302 Windsor?
It is. It's a short deck block, over punched to get to 363.
Okay.
We are running the Ford Z head. A lot of work been done to those.
What kind of cam you got?
It's a custom ground cam. Okay. Guy out of Colorado. He won Engine Masters a couple times. Only does Fords. I can't remember the lift on it. It's about 650, 660.
Okay. Are you still running a carburetor?
Pro-Am Racing fuel injection system, coil on plug setup on there. We run traction control. We've got launch control and two-step. Whereas no lift shift on the car.
Wow.
ABS brakes.
I was just gonna ask.
On Willwoods all the way around.
That's insane.
Like I said, about everything we can do to it. Yep. Carbon fiber under the belly, smooth out the bottom of it.
Okay.
Fenders and side skirts are all carbon fiber. Hood and fenders are carbon fiber.
Did you custom make those, the wide body yourself?
I did.
Okay.
Made it in my basement. So,
really?
Yeah.
How long of a process was that?
It actually wasn't bad. I spent about 6 weeks doing the build.
That's not bad.
So yeah, I just watched a lot of YouTube and gave it a shot. I think that's the best way to learn is just try.
Right.
Sometimes it comes out really well.
I gotta tell you,
what transmission you running?
We just switched to a TKX.
Okay.
We got the McLeod RXT clutch in it. Just put that in literally a few days ago.
I've heard really good things about both that transmission and that clutch. That's a really solid setup.
And we were running center force previously on the clutch, the Diag.
Okay.
Couldn't get a new one of those. I think they're both great clutches, but I really like, so far I like the RXT. I think a little better. What's that?
Isn't the TKX a newer transmission?
It is. It's
okay.
I want to say it came out just last year.
Yeah. What were you running before that?
TKO 600.
Okay.
And we shifted, well, I hold the car back to about 6,800.
Okay.
And the TKO I struggled up at that RPM range to shift smooth.
Yep.
The TKX, it's just like butter at 6,800, 7,000.
Yeah, I've heard those things can handle like 7,500 RPM shifts with no problem, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it feels a lot better.
Yep.
And it actually, gave me a little more room in the transmission tunnel over the TKO.
Okay.
So that was kind of nice. We do have a QA1 carbon fiber drive shaft in it.
Okay.
We are running Stifler's chassis stiffening system underneath it.
Do you got the fit system?
Yeah, well, most of it.
Okay.
Some of the car is too customized to run the X-brace under the engine, but we're running their cross members and then the jacking rails and spider bracing along the edge.
Okay. If you guys want to know more about those Stifler's fit system, you can go back to some of my older videos because I have that exact same subframe connectors on my car. It's a really solid system. It's, after doing all the research, it was like some of the best subframe connectors that I could find on the car. Stifler's makes incredible products for Fox bodies.
And Stifler's does sponsor us. They've helped us out quite a bit on the car. And it's a fantastic system. So.
Yeah, I love that it's able to stiffen up the pinch weld as well as
you know, before the Stifler system went on, if you jacked up one corner of the car, you couldn't open the doors.
Yep.
Now everything opens and closes, no matter how you have the car positioned.
Yeah, my car is similar way. What do you think is the biggest challenge building this car?
Everything. No, being an early Fox, Ford changed them just a little bit every year. Nothing fits the 82s, or 79 to 82 as well as the later models. So the parts I've bought have all had to be customized a little bit.
Well, and also they're just harder to find on those older models.
They are. And so it's finding parts. Mostly I've ended up anymore just building everything on my own. It's kind of beyond what most people produce. It's very extreme.
Nothing wrong with cats.
So, you can't expect to buy off-the-shelf stuff for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think, even though these cars are hard to find parts for, one of my favorite parts about these early Foxes, not only the 4-eye headlight design is one of my favorites. I do like the aero design, but this grill is very unique, and I believe it's a 82 only grill.
No, actually,
or it's 2 years only.
If you look close, this is not a GT grill. This is an LX grill.
Yeah.
The rest of the front end is GT or pace car.
Okay.
So most people go for the GT grill. I couldn't find the GT nose, so I stuck with the LX grill. This is actually a GLX car originally.
Right. Oh, it's a GLX? Is that the V6 or?
No, they came V8. Not very many of them.
Okay. I've never heard of the GLX.
Yeah, it was their kind of luxury version. What people used to call the Gias.
The what?
The Gia.
Yeah. Okay.
But this one is always a V8 car.
Yeah, this honeycomb square box pattern on the grill is what I was getting at. That's I really like that design. It's very 80s, but it's kind of clean. Because they changed the grill design a lot through the 4-eyes, whereas 87 on up, you kind of had the same grill design through all the years, depending on what trim you had.
Right.
As you were telling me earlier, for you Fox aficionados, you'll notice that there's no shock coming through the shock towers, and then he's also got the whole engine base smoothed out because, as he mentioned earlier, he's running SLA front end. Yeah, it's very robust, race spec stuff. Still not quite the original motor, but it's true to era still. Big old radiator, NASCAR style air cleaner, and intake vent. And he's got big old vents on the hood to pull air out of the radiator. So tell me about the interior. Is it especially with the inserts on the Sparko seats? Was that custom, or did you find those and match it?
No, I actually. The car was originally yellow, so I kind of wanted to keep some yellow elements in the car.
Yep.
Regular Sparko seats, I reupholstered them to bring in the houndstooth with some yellow in there, same with the door panels. Just kind of tie the whole car together with something a little different.
Looks like you retain the original dash too, which I really like. I love these 4-eye dashes. They're really cool and really clean.
And we've got Dakota digital gauges in it,
Yup.
which are real nice. We run the
That's a
hot
very.
rod air conditioning system in it.
Oh, so you have AC in this thing?
Yeah, we got AC. And you
That's
notice
crazy.
the climate controls are totally different than what you'll see in any of the Fox era cars.
Okay. And this thing is street legal too?
Completely.
Okay. What ratio wise, like how often do you drive it on the street compared to the track?
10%. I mean, it's not much.
Yeah.
You know, I go get gas and then I'll cruise around town a little bit. But mainly every time I go out on the street, somebody wants to race. So I don't take it out a whole lot.
I get that. It looks like it's got a full cage. And then, so you're running Penske shocks in this thing?
Yeah, Penske shocks on all four, double adjustable.
Double adjustable, okay. And then clearly these are not factory shock positioning. How did you custom build this cantilever system?
I did. It's a custom built system on the car. Custom built IRS or custom built cantilever system under it. We are independent rear suspension.
Okay.
Funny story about this. I used to run a stick axle.
Yep.
I always ran the 2.5-inch shocks and springs. When we did the IRS, I snapped a couple axles.
Yep.
Ended up with G-force axles with the Porsche CV joints.
Yep.
They wouldn't clear the 2.5-inch shocks.
Okay.
Rather than going buying new shocks and springs, I thought, well, I might as well build a cantilever.
Yep.
So ended up putting it in. It's been actually a big benefit to the car.
So it's almost more of a space-saving thing of getting the shocks out of the way of the IRS system.
It was originally.
Okay.
And basically, it looks cool. So.
Are you running any IRS components off of the Cobra system,
Yeah,
or?
the basic setup is 03 Cobra.
Okay.
I've customized it a little bit to get rid of some of the regression issues that the suspension has.
Okay.
So it's optimized real well. I'm running full tilt boogie bushings and everything through it. Wave track center diff.
They make some good bushings. They're Delrin, right?
They did, yeah, Delrin and aluminum.
Okay.
Real precise.
Okay.
Able to dial in a lot of rear steer into the car to really make it turn well.
Are they custom axles then?
Well, G-Force makes them for the Cobra IRS.
Okay.
But they're a really stout system, really nice system too.
And then you mind closing the rear hatch real quick, because one of my favorite features that you can put on a Fox body that I really want on my car are these Celine whale tails. Is this like an OEM Celine, or is this an aftermarket one?
No, this one's actually an OEM.
And then what are you rocking for wheel and tire package?
We're running BC Forge 3-piece wheels, 18 by 12, all four corners. Yokohama 315 30 by 18 tires.
Okay.
On all four corners. We used to run 335s.
Holy crap.
They'll fit under there, but the Yokohama is just a better tire, and 315 is as large as they make. So that's what we run.
Okay. And then what are the brakes off of? Are those Cobra brakes, or?
The rear is just a Cobra caliper. This is the full tilt boogie 13-inch 2-piece rotor.
Oh wow.
Rear.
Okay.
And then the fronts are Willwood super light 6 pistons.
Oh yep.
On a 12.9-inch 2-piece rotor as well.
And is the wheels and tires a square setup?
It is square.
If you want to follow him on Instagram, he's got carbon wide body right there.